everybody. Get into it. Yo. Okay, good. Okay. Ugh. Planning to put like vehicles over here or something. Gotta figure out where. I think I have to, because I built this area, but I think I'm gonna have to change it because if I remember right, that's where the parade offloads. In like Disneyland, it goes around this way and then whoop, right in there. Could just make this wall bigger and say it's this area here. I don't think that'd be a big problem, big idea. Okay. And think. Maybe parades go around here and then down here at Disneyland. I thought they came out somewhere near It's a Small World, but now I'm trying to think like where the parades come through. Looking it up on our web browser here really quick. I'm not so slow that I don't know what I'm doing. Disneyland, I know, like the... Yeah, okay, so... Yeah, there is like a main route, that's right. Okay, yes, because that's where, like the Alice in Wonderland bathrooms are. Alright, okay. Yeah, and it goes up and in front of It's a Small World. That's right, the parade definitely goes on a much longer route. Also, my wheel is not, shaped correctly, but that's okay. I'm not that picky about it at this point. God, that's right. The Google satellite view just makes me sad because you can see the whole people mover track. It's just like it goes out over Autopia. It's like they're just not doing anything with it. What is this? This is fake. This is fake. Unacceptable. Will we be able to replace it though? Yeah. There's a mini monorail. Okay, good. Oh, I didn't mean to click there. It's not fake. I just realized. That's mini monorail. Okay, good. Anyways, we were working on facade here in Adventureland. not. That doesn't work. Okay.
Everything could be okay. Everything could be okay. Everything could be okay. Everything could be okay. Everything could be okay. Everything could be okay. Everything could be okay. Everything could be okay. Everything could be okay. Everything could be okay. Everything could be okay.
There we go. coverage, and then just leave a hoagie on the roof. Lights. Okay. Looks like I'm just gonna need to build like a bunch of store shelving and dining stuff and things like that. is just basically a fruit stand with a dining area. Okay.
Death is nothing at all. I have only slipped into the next room. I am I and you are you. Whenever we were to each other, that we are still. Call me by my old familiar name. Speak to me in the easy way that you always used. Put no difference in your tone. Wear no forced air of solemnity or sorrow. Laugh as we always laughed at the little jokes we enjoyed together. Play, smile, think of me, pray for me. Let my name be ever the household word that it always was. Let it be spoken without effect, without the trace of shadow on it. Life means all that it ever meant, and it the same as it ever was. There is a written continually. Why should I be out of mind because I am not in sight? I am waiting for you, for an interval, somewhere between you, just around the corner. Always will.
update.
session of the Equal Access.
tried building a roller coaster. trying to figure out. Okay. This person said this is the closest they can get to the rock and roller coaster. This isn't even close. They didn't try. Looking at the layout though, mine is not accurate either. Okay. Any way I can get like a... can't see. Just show me how the ride is laid out, please. I mean, this is kind of actually right. The only thing I'm doing is maybe making it a little bit more interesting. Man-wise, okay. That's right. Launches. Does that weird Batwing loop. It's all just so compact and like wrapped around itself. It's really hard to tell where everything goes. Maybe. No, that's right. It's up there. I can't tell. We're just gonna freestyle it. kind of try and generally keep it compact and close knit, but Hey, how's it going, chap? I need to get that to ground floor level. Oh, what the? Nope. Oh, I'm sorry, Chef. I don't have a song command or anything tied in with Twitch. I keep meaning to put up, like, set up a now playing on this layout because I have it on like starting and stuff like that. This is Halcyon Days, which is a pretty recent album by oh my gosh. Totally, yeah, it's Hallie Labs, but it's Halcyon Days. It's the song is called Self-Coffinizing. I think it's like in the most recent last like 3 albums or something like that. I want to do more work on like overhauling my background music setup because I'm focusing on trying to get music directly from artists, and specifically artists who say that, you know, who give express permission for using music for streaming. And so far, the easiest one that checks all those boxes has been Emma Essex and Hallie Labs. So I have a lot of stuff from there, and then I have like the Hotel Mario soundtrack because, I mean, like, it's remastered by a specific person, but they issued it out for free, and you know, it's video game music, so that's kind of covered. I also have I have a plugin for, I'm using Fubar 2000 for my music player. I have a plugin that lets me play chip tunes directly from emulated, you know, software versions of the music chips. So I've got a bunch of like Sega Genesis and SNES music as well that I can switch over to if I want. But I bought the entire library from MSX a while back, and then I've just kind of been topping it off with albums as they're released. That's Bandcamp does stuff where they like for big promotions they turn off their fees. Which is great because then it means that the artist is getting all of the money that you're spending on their album. 2, 3, 4, 5, 8. That's gonna go way too fast, right? You know what? That's fine. Let's test this. Oh, it needs. An entrance and exit. There. No, I didn't want to put. There we go. This is like triple speed, so of course it looks way too fast right now. I'll wait for this train, I think, to get all the way. Outdated values awaiting new results. Okay. Well, let's. It doesn't look like there's anything that looks like. It looks like limos. mod. What I'm looking for right now is to see if I can find a roller coaster car that looks like a car for use on this, because in the actual no. Search for car. No. Okay. That's fine. We'll just paint these to kind of look like the teal Cadillacs. Track for rock and roller coaster is black. Excitement intensity are high. Nausea is medium. That's an okay coaster. Why is the camera going all weird? Okay. The camera's supposed to just stay. Offload. Okay. Trains do I have? Do I have 4 trains going right now? There. Let's try that. Actually, I think if I bring down the chamber speed, it was at 9. Let's do 15. Oh. Time to make a blueprint of this. Okay. Something is going to be having to enclose all this. This is not an exact copy of the Rock and Roller Coaster. I tried to find like a good layout picture, something that would kind of show me where everything is, and nobody had a diagram that didn't look like just a fucking tangle of spaghetti noodles, where like there was always like some pieces of track overlapping in some way in different places where you couldn't tell which segments were connected to which other segments. So I just know from looking at pictures, it's a relatively compact design. I know it's got 3 inversions because I've been on the roller coaster. It's got a helix or 2 in there somewhere. And the one part that's for certain is this whole thing right here. There's the offload, onload, there's the train transfer track here, and there's a turn and then a hold before the launch. Because right here, there's a big road sign, like an LED road sign that's got like, an animation of Steven Tyler screaming into a microphone, and he goes, 3, 2, 1, and then he screams just as the launch goes off, and it's fucking rad. It's a good roller coaster. It's a smooth, fun roller coaster. The whole thing is enclosed, so this whole area is enclosed. This section is made to look like a road, like a street kind of. So like the cue in the story here is you're walking through like a music studio, like a recording studio, and then you go into not the actual like recording space, but the control booth for the recording space where Aerosmith is recording an album, and they're coming up on the time when they have to head over to a concert venue to play a live show. And so they're like, oh, whoa, we can't, it's great. I think it's Joe Perry. Like, their agent comes in and goes, come on, it's time to go. You're going to be late for the show you got to play. All right, get in the limo, everybody. Let's go. We're barely going to make it there because of traffic. And Joe Perry goes, whoa, hey, wait, what about those guys? And he points over at you in the pre-show, and then Steven Tyler says something like, "Yeah, you know how we feel about our fans." So they're like, "Give them backstage passes and let's get them a ride to the show." Then the agent goes like, "Oh, better get a limo, a super stretch limo." And then you walk out through, out through the exit of the control booth, and you're in like the alley behind the recording studio at night. And it's made like there's like chain link fence here. No, the queue's right here. There's chain link fence here, so you can see the launch happening. And then you walk out down this little like narrow pathway towards the loading station. But then, you get through that awesome launch. This is all enclosed and it's dark. And there's like black light signs and stuff to make it look like you're just fucking barreling through the Los Angeles freeway system, which is an absolute and utter lie. There's no way barreling is a term used for traveling through the Los Angeles freeway. But then at the end, when you pull up into the offload station, it's made to look like the entrance to the venue with like a red carpet leading into the back entrance of the concert. In reality, when you walk through the doors, you of course, since it's Disneyland, end up in a gift shop. But yeah, it's fucking great. It's such a fun roller coaster. They had this same ride. It's the exact same ride in Paris, like the same track and everything. Yeah, no. Yeah, it's at MGM Studios, and it's still Aerosmith at MGM Studios. But the one in Paris, so it was the exact same setup, except that they were recording the album specifically for a roller coaster. So it's not that you like the initial setup is you're walking into the recording studio, so that's the same. But then from there, the story is completely different. You are being loaded into coaster trains because they recorded an album to go with this crazy roller coaster, and you're gonna be the test dummies for this roller coaster. And so I guess I don't think the train looks like a car. I'd have to look it up. Anyways, so instead of having like blacklight stuff that looks like the freeway, so there's no palm trees or road signs, instead they have like along the track they have this other cluster of metal framework, and it's all concert lighting. So it's these crazy like color changing moving lights and stuff all going along to the music as well. But that version of the ride is closed now, and it's being completely rethemed to be an Iron Man roller coaster, because that section of the Studios Park in Paris is going to be redone as Marvel, it's going to be Avengers Campus Paris. So they're getting the same Spider-Man Web Slingers ride that California Adventure is getting. But then they're also getting this re-theme of the Rock and Roller Coaster. Whereas what's really, I don't know, fun may not necessarily be the right word, but what's really interesting is the ride that California got a reskin for was Tower of Terror into the Guardians of the Galaxy Mission Breakout. And what's fun is the Tower of Terror and the Rock and Roller Coaster at Disney World are in the same land at the studios at the Florida Studios Park. They're both part of the old Hollywood area. So, because they were both added relatively around the same time. Another fun thing is Steven Tyler fucking loves this ride. And anytime he's he's in Florida and he gets a chance, he will go to Disney World because, you know, of course, he's in the ride. He's the main guy for, you know, one of the main guys for the ride. He's part of the band that the ride is about. If you're basically featured on a ride in Disney, you get a free pass to go whenever you want. So Steven Tyler will just come in and ride the roller coaster, and he'll ride with people, like, but he loves it. So I think it's such a good roller coaster. It's so smooth. It's so well designed. Like, yeah, but I mean, like, let's face it. I don't necessarily feel like Aerosmith is timeless either, Shep. I mean, it kind of feels like, you know, the spotlight is fading on Aerosmith's. The Rock and Roller Coaster is timeless, yes, but I mean, it is directly tied to a specific recording artist, right? And also, the Iron Man roller coaster. So Disney's whole thing is much like how Galaxy's Edge at Hollywood Studios and at Disneyland. I don't know. I mean, like, it really depends on what the storyline for it is. Because I'll say this, I like the Guardians of the Galaxy re-theme of Tower of Terror. I'm not happy that, you know, it's not Twilight Zone anymore. I really like Twilight Zone. But, I think they did a great job with the re-theme for the Guardians of the Galaxy ride. And they took, like, it's so interesting that they took a ride system that was really designed to, like, scare people in a way, right? And all the atmosphere that they had with the pre-show and everything. And they completely changed it to like a fun, kind of silly adventure. Including, like, you know, they basically rock and roller coastered the ride. It's in sync with music now, which is crazy. So, I mean, like, you can do rock and roller coaster and do different recording artists even. And also, I don't feel like the Florida one is going much. Again, much like how the Tower of Terror got redone. I kind of feel like the one in Paris wasn't necessarily the best version of the ride. As kind of cheesy as the cutouts for the Los Angeles freeway are, I think the storyline for the one in Paris, where you're testing out a roller coaster that they've recorded an album for, isn't as fun of a story as you're getting backstage passes to go to an Aerosmith concert. It seems far too, like, shoving it down your throat that you're in a theme park. To be like, you're testing out this new roller coaster. So I'm okay with that, because with, like, Tower of Terror, the best iteration of this ride is still in Florida. The best iteration of the Tower of Terror is still in Florida. And that's specifically that there's fundamental differences to the ride system in the Tower of Terror in Florida compared to the one in California. The Tower of Terror in Florida has a serious throughput issue. It doesn't move as many people per hour as the ones in Japan, California, or Paris. And the reason for that is they removed a whole segment from the Tower of Terror. The one in Florida has a section where the elevator stops and the doors open up, and the actual, like, elevator car that you're in moves out into a maintenance hallway with like all these really cool effects, like the lights dim and like the ghosts of that family and the bellhop show up and then disappear, and then the lights go even darker, and it's a star field, and then all the stars converge to a single point in front of you as you're traveling down this hallway, and then extend into a vertical line and open up, and you get into another elevator shaft. There's a whole, like, horizontal dark ride segment for the Tower of Terror that all the versions built after the one in Florida don't have. It's like, and that segment is just so dramatic and powerful. It's really atmospheric and cool. So it's still in Florida. I think they understand with all the backlash that happened because of the retheme of the one in California. I have a feeling that they're going to continue to pay CBS for the licensing for the Twilight Zone for a long time in Florida. But I think they also kind of went, well, we can't justify paying for it, you know, in all of our parks. Now, the other thing is, the storyline for the Tower of Terror in Japan is completely different. It's not Twilight Zone. The storyline for the Tower of Terror in Japan is based off of Disney Sea, which is the Disney Society of Explorers and Adventurers. There's a bunch of rides that are tied into this, like, secret society storyline that they have. Big Thunder Mountain, the Jungle Cruise, Mystic Manor in Hong Kong, Tower of Terror at Tokyo Disney Sea, and also, Tokyo Disney Sea is like the hub for Sea. Sea was created with Tokyo Disney Sea. So there's actually like, the official headquarters for Sea is there. But, yeah, like there's the Jungle Cruise restaurant in Florida, and it's got like a secret room in it. And, that's all Sea themed. There's even, I think in, Typhoon Lagoon, there's a sea themed water slide. And then there's a bunch of stuff apparently in the cruise line that's Disney Sea, or that's Society of Explorers and Adventurers themed. Anyways. See. Check for man. Okay. Now. Let's try building that one more time. Is this... come on. So this must be Disneyland Paris, and I wonder if TriStar. Oh, not even close. Okay. So this, I think, is maybe the Paris Space Mountain layout. Reason being that it has the linear induction launch into inversions, which no other Space Mountain has inversions or a linear induction launch. Yeah, the story for the Disney Sea Tower of Terror is great. It's I love that it's a pair, like almost like an anti-Joe Rody, who's an Imagineer, like who always focused on like going out and experiencing the different cultures that they're then trying to emulate in the parks. So the Society of Explorers and Adventurers member that owns the, I think it's the High Tower Hotel is the name of the hotel. He's having a party to celebrate his latest acquisition, which is this cursed idol. And his character is like, instead of going out and like, studying the art and the environment and the people and culture of all these places, this character goes in and just steals all the most important artifacts from these different villages and these different peoples. So like the whole queue is just all this shit that he stole, like mummies and stone statues and paintings and, but yeah, he steals this cursed idol and has a party to celebrate it. He decides to turn in early, so he's gonna go into the elevator and go up to his suite while everyone's still partying. And as he gets into the elevator, he puts out his cigar on the cursed idol, and it decides to kill him by dropping the elevator. And then, because of the horrific accident, the hotel is closed. And what's happening in your storyline is they have decided to open up the hotel kind of like a museum or some sort of historical exhibit. So they're offering tours, and you're going to use the service elevators to tour the hotel. And of course, the place is still cursed. I've got this printed, but I think I'm also gonna just use that space for building out the show building and blueprint that too. I think there's gonna be like a studios area in this park. Some of that to work on, some of those big planter boxes. Right, exactly. Yeah, mechanically, it's the exact same as the California and Paris version of Tower of Terror. It's just why is that bench? That's really weird. Why are all these benches hovering? Oh, because they don't hover. Fine. Man, Shep, have you seen anything of the new Mario Kart stuff? The Universal Park in Osaka? So, Super Nintendo World hasn't officially opened yet, but they've been having soft openings and like press days, and the embargo lifted yesterday, and so everything is documented and on YouTube now. And I was really excited. There's a specific ride system that was announced pretty much like a month after Nintendo Land was initially announced, and it was a roller coaster system that had a motion platform base, and you could install like false roads in between the ride vehicle and the roller coaster track. So you could do like super banked turns and linear induction motor launches, and it was a motion-based platform. So like imagine if they took the Indiana Jones ride vehicle and put it on a roller coaster track, but also that it had the ability to like rotate 360 degrees, right? Like on a horizontal axis. I mean, and it could do loops and corkscrews and big banked turns, and it would like simulate by using the motion platform like bumpy terrain and all this shit. And I'm like, everybody who saw that video from that company when they announced it was like, oh, that's Mario Kart. Fast roller coaster, loops, changing terrain. They even showed segments where it would look like you were going off of a ramp and then landing back on the track. And the way that they do it is they just motion platform it so that the front of the vehicle is kind of up, so it's kind of blocking your forward vision. So you can't see the false track, or you can't see that even though the road has disappeared, there's still that false track in front of the ride vehicle. The Mario Kart ride that is actually in the Universal Park in Osaka is a flat, slow-moving dark ride. And the big gimmick, more than anything else, is it uses augmented reality. So you put on this like transparent lens in front of your eyes, and you can like throughout the ride you can see like the different racers through the augmented reality lens. And you can also see, like, say for example, fireballs being fired out of piranha plants, and you know, like you get inked at one point in the ride and everything goes dark and the AR actually like goes all black. But also you can throw turtle shells at Team Koopa and at like question mark blocks and enemies and stuff like that. And I hope it looks a lot cleaner than it does when people have filmed it, because I can only imagine, like, obviously it's supposed to be for stereoscopic vision, so everything looks like it's in 3D, right? So people are just like holding up a smartphone camera behind the augmented reality lens so that they can record one side of it. And everything looks like super out of alignment and all that. But also it's just, there's shit flying around constantly from every angle, and it looks just super, super hectic and messy. And then I watched a video where someone just didn't record it through the AR lens. They just recorded the ride without the AR, and for the most part it looks pretty good, but like it's obviously missing the different Mario Kart characters riding around in their vehicles and like the attacks and stuff. Like the segment where you get inked by the blooper ink and it's supposed to go dark, it's just nothing happens. You just literally like sit motionless for a moment and then things light back up again and you move forward. It's weird. Like the Rainbow Road track is all AR. It's very interesting. And then the Yoshi ride is like this little kid ride. Like, I don't know, like it got really hyped up to be like this, like, ooh, Star Wars Galaxy's Edge, look out, this is some big boss shit coming your way. And I don't think that they did enough to top Galaxy's Edge. Like, there's no, like, A1000 animatronics, or the equivalent. I know that A1000 animatronics are proprietary to Disney, but what I mean by that is, like, really, you know, realistic motion animatronics, like Hondo Naka or the Navi Shaman. Everything is just kind of like very simple motor movement. You know, like limbs just kind of do like a 30-degree arc. There's no elbows or knees. Things just kind of like rotate at an axis, and then I don't know. I'm very, very particular about theme parks. The overall design of the land looks very cute, and it looks like they put a lot of work into making it feel like, you know, you're walking into Mario Land. I do also love, though, that you have to walk through the entry area for Water World to get to Super Nintendo Land. Like, I'm excited to go and see it at some point, somewhere down the line. But my priority still lies with going and seeing Tokyo Disney Sea first. Yeah. I love that they put like a big speaker in his chest, so it sounds like he's talking from where he is. Hell yeah, we did. Still though, I would totally love to have like a Chuck E. Cheese animatronic, you know? That would still be fun. They put trash cans there, okay. I am not applying the Walt Disney trash can rule. Well, yeah. But I guess what I mean is, like, in the Mario Kart ride, like, put a high-end animatronic of Mario in there, you know? In the Yoshi ride, maybe, well, like, so they say there's 3 attractions in Super Nintendo World. There's actually at least a 4th being built right now. But, the 3 attractions are the Mario Kart ride, the Yoshi ride, and then there's like the interactive quest that you unlock by getting one of those power-up bands. So you can do different activities around the land and earn keys. And if you get 3 keys, then you get to go fight Bowser Jr. And I was like, oh cool, looking forward to, you know, maybe there'll be like a really good animatronic Bowser Jr. there or something, right? Nah, he's just a projection on the screen. That was the other thing. The Yoshi ride is cute, but there's really only like 2 scenes, and the rest is just you see the same stuff that you can see from walking around the park, because the majority of it's outside. But then the queue is done to kind of look like that, like arts and crafts, like Super Nintendo, like crayon-drawn Yoshi style stuff. But it's all static. So like you see the poofy question mark with wings, but it's just stationary. Or the flower. The you know, like the daisies that you collect in the Super Nintendo game. But it's just staying still, like when you could have it kind of rocking back and forth. Yeah, that was the other thing, is exactly that. Like, I was thinking, just if you're gonna do this, like, sure, work with Universal, but make a whole park. Like, really make Super Nintendo World. But what's happening is, so there's already an expansion to Super Nintendo Land being built. And it's like in the exit area for the Yoshi ride, kind of by where the popcorn is. There's this big ring that has like wood planks blocking. Basically, it's the entrance to a Donkey Kong Country area, and there's going to be a roller coaster there. And the roller coaster has like a vertical track that the ride vehicle attaches on the side, so it looks like you're riding on a mine cart, like in Donkey Kong Country. And so there's going to be a mine cart roller coaster ride in the Donkey Kong Country area. I don't know what else they're doing there. There's like, if you search for Donkey Kong Country Super Nintendo World, you'll pull up like the models that they've built, and it looks great. But Obviously, they haven't even officially announced it yet. But construction's already underway. And the model we know is real because when that model came out, it wasn't just the Donkey Kong Country area, it was also the Super Nintendo world, like the original, the Mushroom Kingdom area. And the Mushroom Kingdom area looks exactly as what they built. So it's great though. I like, so they're already building a Super Mario World. Oh yeah, no, absolutely. They're building a Super Nintendo World area in Universal Studios Hollywood right now. But it's like a shadow of the one that they have in Osaka. Because there's just no space, so all they're building is the Mario Kart ride. But Florida, the rumor is that, hey Dirk, in Florida the rumor is that we're getting, no, it's more specifically that there literally is just that park is also actually a functioning filming studio, like movie studio. Whereas that used to be the case in Florida, but they stopped doing that. But in Hollywood, like, they actually still actively use all kinds of stuff in that area. So they have a very tiny footprint that they can really, the only time that they can really expand is when they decide to actually contract the working studio segments. But, so we're just getting the Mario Kart ride in Hollywood. But in Florida, it sounds like the part of the Lost Kingdom that didn't get turned into Hogwarts and Hogsmeade is being turned into a Legend of Zelda land. And supposedly the Mario segment of the park in Osaka is being built in Universal Studios Florida, where the current like little kid area is. It was originally going to be the same stuff that they're getting in Japan. Well, it was planned to be that for a long time. But the plan was very different. There was going to be like, they have a map. There was going to be like a little kid area that was Kirby themed. There was going to be a Pokemon Center. There was going to be, the Donkey Kong, like a little Donkey Kong Country area with the roller coaster, and then the Mario Kart ride. And then like some sort of like bullet bill monorail going around the whole area. But now what's happening is the area in Florida looks like it's just getting the Yoshi ride and the Mario Kart ride in the little kid space. And in between that, Universal announced Epic Universe, which was going to be a third park in Florida. And they were going to build all the stuff that they were building in Osaka. You know, the Mario Kart, the Yoshi ride, and the Donkey Kong Country section. But that got postponed indefinitely because of COVID. The whole park did. But now the word is that what will happen is Mario is going to be in the main Universal Studios Florida park. Zelda is going to be in Islands of Adventure. And when Epic Universe does get built, it may be getting a Pokemon section. So we'll see what happens with that. I mean, yes, a Star Fox Dark Ride would be fantastic, but I think they need to make a good Star Fox game currently first. And of course, we all know that they're never going to make anything Metroid themed. They just keep saying Metroid Prime 4 to keep our hope strings taut. So, because you know they don't like Metroid. Donkey Kong Rapids ride would be great. Like and the rapid vehicles look like barrels, right? At some point, Universal is gonna have to get rid of Marvel in Islands of Adventure. So maybe that'll be another Nintendo space. They could retheme the Hulk roller coaster to be a Metroid coaster. Have that tunnel that shoots out, make it look like Samus's arm cannon. Oh, the free fall ride, Doctor Doom's Fearfall, I think is what it's called. Retheme that to be one of the towers from Breath of the Wild. And then the other ride that's there is like, it's basically a tilt-a-whirl, and they just went Storm from the X-Men. There you go. So just do the same thing. Just F-Zero. Have fun. It's just a tilt-a-whirl. Captain Falcon's F-Zero Twister. I'm gonna get to ride that maybe in November. You know, if the apocalypse finally ends. My family has plans of going to Disney World and Universal. We're gonna do 6 or 7 days in Disney World and then 2 in Universal. And I am excited and dreadful. Like, just, we'll see what happens. I've not been to Cedar Point. I know, it's like, I've been to Magic Mountain and Discovery Kingdom for Six Flags, but Cedar Point I have not been to. Cedar Point is the other coaster capital other than Six Flags Magic Mountain, I think. Because that has like, oh god, what is it? Millennium Force, and is that the one with Gatekeeper? Which is a more recent one. It was like a wing coaster, and it flies through like a big plinth. I don't know. Oh yeah, no, I mean, like, if I had the time and the money and the capability to, I would just be going to theme parks all the time. Like that, like, make that my job somehow. I would love to just go to theme parks non-stop. As ridiculous as it sounds, that'd probably be like the best thing I could do for my health. Like, I am not a particularly fit person, but at all. But, Gatekeeper is there. Okay. For some reason, when I'm in a theme park, like, it's like taking performance-enhancing drugs. I can just go all day. Like, wait in line, walking everywhere, like I'm at the front of the group. Just, I'm in my element when I'm in a theme park. Yeah. Well, and then there's like a big monolith or a plinth or something that the thing flies through a hole in, if I remember right. Which is pretty crazy because it's a wing coaster, so it's like, you know, there's two people on either side of the, yeah, the two keyholes, that's what they call them. But they're like these big concrete slabs with keyholes in them. That's what it is. Yeah. I mean, that's the point of it, right? Is to just amp up the thrill. It's just like the head choppers in wooden roller coasters.
Come here, from where you stand and wait. I hear, beware, unplanned heart rate when we're impaired. Your hand, this weight disappears. My prayer,
No, I didn't want pillar half. It's this one. I don't know if I'd actually... I don't know if I'd actually like, Gatekeeper. My problem being, I kind of prefer the coaster track beneath me, which I understand is also kind of, again, the whole point of a wing coaster. But I don't do suspended coasters anymore. I do not feel comfortable on them. Ever since I rode Kong at Discovery Kingdom. I love a good wooden coaster. Super excited to one day ride an RMC remake of a classic wooden coaster. Because those things just look so fucking badass. Like, super smooth, added inversions, crazy double ups and double downs. Yeah. Wooden coasters can be rough. But yeah, I mean, like, similarly with suspended coasters, it's trauma related. When I went on Kong, up at the very top of the lift hill, the restraint unlatched on me just before it started to go down. It like clicked out a couple of bits, and I frantically pulled on the support and got it to re-latch in just as the drop started. But then also on top of that, like, that's a really close quarter suspended coaster, and I just constantly felt like my feet were gonna hit support poles. Because I'm pretty tall. So I was just like, those two things combined, like, I like having my feet contained because I'm just nervous that my dangling legs are gonna get thwacked. Like, head choppers are one thing. I can duck down, right? But but it's hard to pull your legs in when they're already, relatively fatigued just from theme parking, but also centripetal forces pulling them outwards during like inversions and drops and things. So, do not want. I'd say 20. Just do some little bit of foliage work, and then I'm probably gonna call it a night. Did more talking than I did building stuff today, but intimate. What? Do they only have one intimate? Oh, what am I doing? Wicked Twister, okay. Oh. I have been on a ride like this. There was a ride just like this at Discovery Kingdom. And I think it was just called V. And yeah, it's fun. These ones are not so bad because, like, similar to at Six Flags, they have a ride called Superman the Escape. That one's really fun. It's kind of a roller coaster free fall. Look up if you're looking at Cedar Point's website, chat. The one that I want to ride very badly is Steel Vengeance. Because like I said, I am super hyped to ride RMC Wooden Coaster Remix. Oh yeah. Linear induction launches are super fun. Or California Screamin', I guess now the Incredicoaster. That's got a good launch to it. There's a bunch of good launch coasters in Europe. There's like Terron in, oh my gosh, why can't I remember the name of that park? Is it Fantasia Land? No. It's not Fantasia Land. Terron, there's Blue Fire. Outer Limits. Is that at King's Dominion, Dirk? Or King's Island, maybe? Dark Ride. Yeah, because I remember, like, yeah, King's Dominion. It used to be a Paramount park. Yeah, it's called Flight of Fear now. It's Kings Island. Kings Island is the name of the park. Okay. Because, yeah, I know Kings Island and Kings Dominion are right next to each other, if I remember right. Or did it get Kings Dominion is amusement park. Doswell, Virginia. Oh, okay. No, it's in Kings Dominion and in Kings Island. Okay. There's two of them. That's what it is. Because I think these are also owned by, yeah, these are owned and operated by Cedar Fair. Same as, Knott's Berry Farm. Which is another theme park that I went to a lot as a kid. Knott's Berry Farm was cheaper to go to than Disneyland. They had more like straight up roller coasters though, but they also did just have themed stuff. Like they were in between Six Flags and Disneyland. They had the little kids Snoopy area. They had a dark ride that was time traveling to the land of the dinosaur, or to the time of the dinosaurs. And by the time we went there, like it was super run down and falling apart, which is just sad. But now it's like a screen-based 3D shooting dark ride. And they had the classics they had there were the Log Flume and the Calico Mine Train. But they had like a little like Wild West like ghost town. All kinds of stuff. Knott's Berry Farm has a ton of charm. But yeah, no, I mean, I see all these YouTube channels that just do nothing but document theme parks. And I wish that were me. One of the things, though, that's keeping that from happening is I can't do that and have a pet cat. Like, I couldn't do that to Tiki. I can't just, like, you know, alley-oop and dip out for a long period of time and go to, like, 5 theme parks and, yeah. Having a fuzzy little dependent makes traveling frequently a little bit more difficult. If you're doing it occasionally, it's one thing. I'm super worried about going to Disney World. I was lucky for a long time. I had roommates, and they could take care of my cats. But now I live by myself, and I just do not like the thought of putting Tiki in a kennel. Like, it's gonna be like probably a 10-day trip. And, I feel kind of guilty about having her live in a kennel for 10 days. She probably, and in all reality, Tiki probably will not give a shit. She'll be like grumpy and mad the whole time. But at the same time, that's kind of how she is here half the time anyways. So there may not be that much of a difference for her. But it's the thought of it, to me, that bothers me. That's a tiny little... That's a banana tree, huh? Yeah, it's a banana tree, huh? Bananas, huh? The other thing that I'm worried about with leaving the Disney World is just still even I'm gonna hopefully by then I'll be vaccinated for COVID, but I'm still worried that a bunch of crazy precautions will still be in place. I mean, not that I'll be mad that I have to follow the precautions, but it's just I'm worried it's gonna be a stunted vacation experience. I'm going to the world and it's not gonna be at 100%, even without COVID, Epcot's just a fucking construction zone right now. Planter box is filled in. There's benches throughout him. This still has to be filled in with foliage. I think I will leave that for another time. If you guys come across anything where somebody is selling music on Bandcamp and they're cool with it being streamed and you like it, let me know. Like I mentioned before, I'm kind of actively trying to find stuff like that now, just so I can increase the library. I like the fact, like I mentioned with Chef, I like the fact that I've got, like with Bandcamp, you're directly contributing to the artist and all that. But, yeah, I think I'm gonna end that for the night. And, I will see you all again on Sunday. So, thank you so much for stopping by. And, you all have a really good evening, okay?